welcome to another episode of Chat It. Y'all just listened to a upcoming song from my album that we're going to release. I want to say in a couple months. Stay tuned for that. So, yeah, we love to see it. This man was listening to the project.
Y'all, chef's kiss.
That's
all I'm going to say is chef's kiss. This man right here is definitely a strong artist. Very creative, very unique in his style and his flow and the way he comes off as an artist. Don't know this man from Adam. I don't. I don't.
Big facts.
But like we met, bro. I helped him find something at work. He just turned around and was like, "You want to be on my podcast?" Here I am. We chilled.
Facts.
Like, bro, is like really cool as hell. We from near the same area.
Yeah.
I have to say his hometown if somebody asks. If I say my hometown, they don't know it. Anybody know what Laurinburg is? Put it in the comments. If you don't know, because I know a lot of them don't know. Fayetteville. Look,
we're going to put that round of applause.
Yes, sir. We're going to put Fayetteville.
For sure.
But yeah, man. This dude's cool as shit, bro. Oh, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Kezo. I'm not gonna tell y'all my real name. You can call me Kezo Q. That's it.
For sure. It's your host Makaru, and if you're listening on Apple Music, Samsung, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon. Did I already say Amazon? I think I did, but I just fuck with all that much. If you're listening on everything, hope you're going pretty good. If you're watching on YouTube, hope this looks great. And like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. Thank you for coming to another episode. Boom. The person that could be a good driver for your motivation in life, the person that could be your next friend or whoever, like, it could be right there.
Right there with you.
And all you got to do is just reach out to a bubble and talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I have this saying, and I tell people this all the time. When I die, on my obituary, I really want them to write, "He never met a stranger." I try to make I try to be everybody's 5-second friend, no matter who it is. I've learned though you can't be friends with everybody.
Facts.
But like the small interactions that you have with people matter because you don't know what someone's going home to. You don't know what kind of day they just had.
Facts.
You don't know what they got out of. You don't know. They could have got a text message as soon as you walked past them that said, "Fucking grandma's dead." And they're trying not to react.
Not grandma,
to it.
damn.
Like, I just had to choose something serious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like they don't know how to react to it. They're trying to hold it together, and your simple "Hey, how you doing?" could just carry them to wherever it is that they need to go.
That's facts.
So I try to be that person when I'm around people or when I meet people.
You know, that gives off that positive energy, bro. You know, that spreads that shit. Because there's so many people nowadays that are just really fucking negative. And like meeting a person who's positive for a change, it's a game changer. You feel me? Just because, like, if you're going through life and consistently people are not saying anything to you, you know what I'm saying? You can kind of feel invisible in the masses. Now, when you get home and, you know, you're with your friends or you're with your girl, you're with your man, etc., like, that's a different story, you know? But when you're walking around in Walmart, do you really feel yourself?
Do you?
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, do you really feel seen? If somebody is like, let's say you're a woman, right? And, you know, you got niggas over here turning their head, blase, you feel me? Okay, cool, like you feel seen. But do you feel seen as a person, as an individual? Instead of fucking ass and titties.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Because that's all they're aspiring for these days. And that's how I feel like social media, the fads and everything, people are following these celebrities and shit.
Yeah.
Like, the celebrities are being noticed because of their notoriety. Like, because they have money, they're gonna notice. They're gonna be noticed.
Facts.
But in order to get across to the public the message that they're trying to portray, they're telling girls, get BBLs, get titty lifts, get face lifts, get tummy tucks.
Yeah.
All that shit. Just so that it makes them feel seen and accepted in today's society.
Yeah, facts.
And that shit that's backwards. Like that's something I would never tell my daughter. Never go with the grain. Always go against the grain. In a room full of normies, be the weirdo. Room full of Kellys and Michelles, be Beyonce. Like, you gotta be the one to stand out. Like,
Beyonce.
Bro, B's mic is always louder than everybody else's mic. Like, come on. If you listen to any Destiny's Child song back in the day, you know this. Like, you hear Beyonce top vocals over everybody. Like, this one even the lead vocalist and made herself, turn my shit up. Turn my shit up. That's what she told him.
That is hilarious.
But yeah, but I try to, you got to stand out. You got to dare to be different, bro.
That's
and
facts.
I think that's why I choose to speak to everybody, because we're getting this kind of culture now in America where it's like everybody has to be hard, don't speak. No more good mornings. No more goodbyes. No more I love yous. No more how you doing. How far are you? What time are you gonna get here?
Facts.
You said you're gonna be here 5 minutes ago. I'm worried about you. We don't have that shit no more, bro.
Ooh.
Like we really don't, bro.
That's facts, though.
A lot of us are just existing.
Just existing. You know what? And we're gonna put a pin on that. I want the theme for this podcast: Dare to be different.
Wow.
I like that.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I got it from a campaign at school, like middle school or some shit. It was like,
hey, but it stuck with you though.
Drugs.
Yeah. Dare.
Yeah, bro.
I forgot about Dare.
Exactly.
That was a fucking horrible, like,
terrible
ad
I
campaign.
smoked so much weed.
Yeah.
It did nothing for me.
Exactly. I think in my psychology classes, we studied how bad that was.
Yeah.
Like, completely did the opposite of what they were trying to do. Like, regardless, you know, remember when they had those things where the kids would go scared straight? Why are you bringing little kids up into this prison to have inmates yell at them and be like, if you do this, you're gonna be where I am? Like, what the fuck?
Only to turn around and tell us what you see is what you become.
Exactly.
What you see for yourself is what you become. So if I'm fucking cutting up, and I see every day I'm cutting up in school, I'm gonna be a millionaire one day. I don't give a fuck. I don't need school. And you send me to a prison, and now you make me feel like being class clown is gonna send me to prison. And now this person who was straight A student now dropped out, like by fucking junior year of high school, grade slip. They're selling drugs. They're either dead or in jail. Hella kids, shit like that. Like, bro, like the school system does not notice how much damage it does to children.
That's facts.
It does a lot of damage to children. And how unprepared we are, bro. Like, we were so unprepared for the real world when we got here. I don't care if you went to the fucking best school in your state, county, neighborhood, bro. You were not prepared for life when you got out here, bro.
Facts.
Nobody tells you how to do those fucking taxes.
Exact. Bruh. No, we need to speak on that, bruh. Because I swear to God, I had to learn myself how to do my taxes.
Bro, TurboTax. I didn't learn shit. I'm going TurboTax. Like,
really? TurboTax?
Just putting in information. Box A, B12. All right.
And see, look, like, shout out to the IRS. Anyways.
IRS.
Right. But, like, once I started doing this stuff and, like, paying people and shit, I'm like, oh, shit, like, I can't just put in stuff. like I'm held accountable. You get what I'm saying?
You're right.
So it's like, damn, like nobody gives you a textbook on that. You feel me? Nobody gives you a rundown of even just doing regular taxes. Of like, hey, you might be paying more than what you need to be paying. Here's how you get the rest of your money. Or this might be able to be a write-off. Here's how you get this extra money. You get what I'm saying? It's like, that's like a generational type of thing where the parents teach, etc., etc. But if your parents barely know how to do taxes themselves, how are they teaching?
Exactly.
Other than to go pay this other person to do it for you.
Insight on taxes. So anybody who's in college and who's watching this, you get $1,000 tax credit. For doing your own taxes. Don't ask me how.
There you go.
I don't know how. You're gonna need it's gonna be like a TR form, 1090 TR form from your registrar's office, and they literally send it to everybody. They send you the tax form. Put that shit on your taxes. They're gonna give you $1,000 just for being a student. That's in North Carolina. So if you're watching somewhere else, I don't really know.
Ooh, that's a gem. Ooh, that's a gem.
It is.
Okay, for sure.
1090R, 1090TR, something like that. But if you don't see it in your email or you never get it, go to your registrar's office, tell them you need it. They're gonna give it to you.
There we go. We love plugging in fucking information, y'all.
This is what like senior year.
But did you get so banned?
I got my band though.
Okay. That's what matters. That's what fucking matters, man.
Yeah.
Okay, but see, going back to people existing, right? Because I told you I was going to put a pin on that.
Gotcha.
So I think it's really hard to, like I said, feel notice. And when you're used to just existing, you're not used to really giving things meaning. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, for example, looking at different things as just things, right? You see, I don't know, a Gucci shirt, and you're like, yo, I want that because it's expensive, etc., etc., right? These things that are expensive, they make you feel worth something. Because when you're existing, then you kind of intrinsically don't really feel your worth. But whenever you put on something that everybody has stated has worth, you feel like you're taking on that worth instead of understanding your own personal worth.
Preach it, man.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. You broke that down now. I'm not gonna cap. You broke that down. Like, for real. It's not about the outer shell that you put on, bro.
Yeah.
Because you could be, like, you could just be the nicest looking person on the outside and be so tore up on the inside and wondering why you're lonely. But when you go out and you put that shit on and you him and you her and everybody's like flocking to you, they want to take pictures with you, but you go home and sleep by yourself.
Yeah.
You rode to the club by yourself.
Yeah.
You're at Waffle House by yourself.
Exactly.
It's nobody but you and the dog. Because you are putting so much time into being accepted by the shit that you have on instead of the shit that's inside of you.
Facts.
I don't care about what you have on, bro. You could be like, some of the best conversations come from talking to homeless people.
I've never talked to a homeless person.
Bro, you should one day, like how you stopped me, you should stop one of them, bro, and interview them. Find out how the fuck they got there.
For sure.
Because some of them come from being millionaires. They're like, yeah, my 30s, 20s, I was that guy. Like, I was rich. I was out here.
Bro.
And they hit 40 and shit went downhill. And now you're like, bro, you begging us out of sheets.
See, no, I have a story for that. So, there is this guy over in, he's here in this town, right? And I try not to say the town and stuff like that because other reasons.
Yeah.
But he was here in this town, right? And apparently he was a big drug dealer, getting millions of dollars, right? And one of his friends backdoored him, shot him in the back of the head or something along those lines, right? And fucked up his whole thinking, like his whole mental state and shit like that. And even though he's more erratic and stuff like that, like he has to be driven around, all of his wealth is gone, taken by the police and by his friends, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Watch who you hang around with.
Exactly.
But taken, and now he's being basically cared for by social services. And it's like, yo, like he still has the memories of being rich and going into the community and giving out money to kids.
But this same community probably overlooks him now.
Same community doesn't even know who he is.
Jesus.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it's stuff like that where you can have it all and lose it just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that. You get what I'm saying?
I do. I really do, bro. Because, and I'll speak a little bit on myself. So I came from Laurinburg, middle of nowhere.
For sure.
And when I went to college, I was first generation college student.
Okay.
I felt like everybody in my family should have been supporting me. Mind you, simultaneously, you have cousins who are incarcerated. You have other family members, you know what I'm saying, they're in different predicaments. They're in the military. They're all over the place. Yeah. So I saw a lot more support going towards everything but the cousin in college. Right? Cousin, grandson, son, nephew, the one that's in college. They supported me when I said when they felt like they wanted to. Yeah. And something I would always say, I would be like, well, I'd rather be homeless up here than to go back home because ain't nobody back home gonna care for me. None of that.
That's something you said?
That's something I said verbally out loud.
Got you. Okay.
There's power in your words because God said, I got you.
That's facts.
Shit started going downhill, bro. Every friend that I had on campus began to turn on me.
Really?
Grade slip, couldn't keep a job, got evicted from my apartment, had nowhere to stay on campus, was staying on campus with my girlfriend. Luckily, by the grace of God, I had some connects with some administration at the school. I got a dorm, shittiest dorm ever. But the next year I got placed in a nicer one. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, well, things are picking up. Yeah. And right when God asked me the question again, was like, so how do you feel now about your family? Do you feel like they're supporting you? Because now, like, I have no choice but to tell them what's going on. I'm like, Mom, I lost my apartment. Like, everything's just going womp, everything. Yeah. I started getting so angry and frustrated with myself. I started taking it out on them, pushing them further away. Like, when you know you have a serious internal issue, if you can spaz on your mom, like, she's on the phone, she's telling me something real. I'm so upset with me because I'm like, I'm not supposed to be here. Yeah. Y'all are supposed to be helping me get to where I'm trying to get. And I'm here to tell you, black man, ain't nobody gonna help you.
Facts.
Ain't nobody gonna help you.
Facts.
And black man, white man, brown man, purple man, ain't nobody gonna help you, dog. You got to go out there, you gotta get that shit for yourself, man. And I talked down on a lot of people who looked up to me, and I didn't know they were looking up to me. And they were, even if it was in the slightest way, I was talking down about it. And God brought me down to their level. He humbled me down there. I'm a firm believer, by the way. Like, I believe in Christ. Like, I may curse, I may drink, I may smoke. God know how he made me. And when it comes time for me to be called out of drinking, smoking, partying, he's gonna pull me out. He called me out of the club, bro, like out of partying. I used to host parties. Turn me up, Kezo. If you watching this, y'all will know who I am. Turn me up, Kezo.
I ain't gonna lie to you. You got that party host shirt on.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
This went
to the club plenty of nights. I'm not gonna cap. This went to the club plenty of nights. But like, I got humbled down to that level, bro. Like, to the point now, I am uncomfortable in clubs. And there was a little period I was uncomfortable smoking weed.
Got you.
I was uncomfortable drinking. You know what I'm saying? And I had to get control over me on the inside. I really had to take a step into sobriety. And the only way you're going to become great is when you become isolated, because then you can look over everything you've done wrong and start to self-develop, start to build yourself up, start to make yourself the person that you wanted to be. And as things kept going downhill for me, I'm bouncing from house to house. I'm sleeping on couches. I'm staying with people who don't want me to stay there.
Yeah.
I'm fighting my parents. Like, me and my dad got into a physical altercation and everything. That's my guy, though. I love him, though. I wouldn't change it for the world, because that brought us together closer as father and son. Like,
isn't that some weird male shit, bro?
Very, very weird.
I fought. He said I fought my dad, but I fuck with that nigga. Shout out my dad. You feel me?
It really strengthened the relationship. I don't know how. I don't know why, but it really strengthened the relationship, because like, I think he saw, like, I really respect him. I wouldn't fight him, bro. Like, you're my dad, bro.
Got you.
I love you. I can't do that. I fight people I don't fucking like. Yeah. And if I fight you, I'm not gonna like you. And then you my dad at the end of the day. And if I die tomorrow, you still gonna come to my funeral. It ain't like I can't say, oh, don't let him come. Boy, that's your daddy. He coming anyway. But like, let me get back on topic. But like, everything started going downhill, you know what I'm saying? I just was praying to God for like a breakthrough, man. Like a real breakthrough. And I found out my girlfriend was pregnant with my daughter.
Ooh.
And
there's a lot going on, man.
That is. But there's more to the story. Like that started shifting my adjustment to, okay, now I have a baby coming. Was never one for kids. I'm not a kid person. I won't babysit your child. I'll give you your child back. I'll watch it while you go to the bathroom, whatever it is that you're doing.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't even keep my niece and nephew. Like, I was not a kid person at all. Okay. And my daughter comes, and like, everything starts to change within me, bro. Like, my mindset starts to change. I start saving money. I start her mom didn't work during her pregnancy. She didn't have to work. Here, baby, what do you need?
Really?
What is it? Like, if I got it, like, if the check ain't with $600 and it costs $600, you take $600, I'll keep the $17.91 that they left. Damn. Like, that's just the sacrifice that you got to make. Like, but it really turned me around, bro, because like, I was on some other shit, trying to be somebody I wasn't. And I felt like I needed to be that person in order to get where it was I wanted to get. And God is like, you don't have to be the street person that you're trying to be, because everybody around you is the street person. They have their own stories, their own walks that I'm going to call them from and call them to. And if you keep trying to take on everybody else's path, when you going to have time to walk on your own path? That's facts. When you get back to your road, you're going to be stuck at the middle, and you don't help 3, 4, 5 people make it all the way to their end destination. Hell, and when you get back to you still halfway to where you trying to get to. Cheering on people. Pom-poms. And they keep walking, bro. Yeah. They keep going to their next stop. They don't turn around and be like, okay, well, he helped us get up here, let's help him get up here too. No, people keep going, because it's every man for himself in this world. And I learned that, so I just, you know what I'm saying? We worked things out. We weren't staying together at the time. We were able to move in together. And from there, I was just locked in. This is my family. Us three. This is my little cave. Like, I protect them at all costs. I'll kill for them, die for them, lay down the law for them. Like, that was a little bar. Yeah, that was a bar. Fuck with it. But, like, it changed me for the better, bro, because I was a very immature young man. And from 18 to 22...
I about to say, when did you have your kid?
I had my daughter came when I was 23.
23. Yeah. Gotcha.
So I'll say 18, because I'll say about 18 to 23. I was smelling my ass, as my mama would say. Damn. She wouldn't say it like that because she saved, but I was smelling myself, bro, and I thought I was a man, and I want nothing close to a man, because a man provides, a man protects. Facts. A man knows that, okay, if I got to do the wrong thing, it's going to lead to some positive benefits. It's not going to be, I'm going to do something wrong and a whole bunch of more wrong shit is going to happen. I had to learn that a man is selfless because it's not about, you're the last person somebody's thinking about at the end of the day, because you got to make sure everybody around, like your important people, your circle is good. Like, it's amazing. Been with my girlfriend going on 4 years. She taught me
Shout out 4 years.
Yeah, shout out to it. Yes, sir. Long time. I'm about to marry her.
Oh.
She don't even know it. She probably gonna be like, what? Nah.
Oh.
I hope she say yeah. Y'all, if she say no, what should I do? What do you do?
What do you do when she says no?
Come up with an upper. How you can? How you can? What are you talking about?
Man, I don't even. Okay.
I don't know how I would react to that.
Is he gonna watch this?
I hope so.
Okay, for sure.
Is that the one? I hope so.
Look,
you got a little bit of time before it comes out, so you know what I'm saying. You got some time. You got some time.
I'll work it out.
But I don't know. Like, what do you say when she says no? I'm gonna say, oof. There's a funny way and there's a serious way. Where do you want to go?
Go serious first. I'm gonna laugh at the serious way too. But go ahead, go serious first.
I would say, okay, you would ask her like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's a good question. Like, I'm asking you to marry me, which is the epitome of love, like the proclamation of love.
It is.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Of like, hey, I see you, I want you, I need you with me forever.
It's my best friend.
You get what I'm
saying? I'm telling you.
Exactly. So asking her that question of why, I think would at least be able to give you a little bit of intel, and then being able to like say and receive that, you know what I'm saying, in a constructive way.
Yeah.
Not being like hurt or upset, because I think whenever the man gets hurt, then it fucks up the relationship.
It does. It does, because men don't know how to control their emotions. But you got to go back and think about all the shit you put her through. How many times was she hurt and she allowed you to come back in and work on whatever it is.
It's facts.
Whatever you said you were going to work on. Some of us don't work on it. At one point, I was guilty of it. Like I said, I had to let go of being selfish.
Yeah.
You tell me to fix some shit, I fixed it for those 5 minutes. I'm not fixing it long term. But then
just
I
to say that you did it.
Yeah. Then I say to her, I want to marry her.
Yeah.
And then like, okay, but a wife is not going to put up with what a girlfriend put up with. Those are two different women.
That boy speaking, that boy preaching.
Those are two different women, bro. Your wife is not going to put up with what your girlfriend put up with. She ain't going to put up with what your fiance put up with.
For sure.
And you shouldn't have no side chick, but she going to put up with everything because she don't have a place. Like, for real, she just there. But like, asking her to be my wife, I just was like making the decisions in my head. Like, okay, now we got a kid together. I want more kids. I want all my kids to be from the same woman. I want them to have the same parent.
How many kids do you want?
How many kids do I want?
Yeah.
Now that I say like I want to marry her, I want to have as many kids as possible, bro.
Oh wow. I ain't gonna lie to you. Possible, she got a body, bro. Like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying. She'll tell me when she wants to stop. When she says no, then I'll be with it, because I'm all for women. You know what I'm saying? It's your body, bro. I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your body. Like, we found out she was pregnant. She was like, "What do you want to do?" I was like, "No, what do you want to do?" I don't have to carry her. I don't have to go. Well, I would go sit in Planned Parenthood, which, you know what I'm saying, but that I'm not the one that they're probing on and touching on, and I'm not the one that's gonna have to hold that. My guilt feeling will go away, because it didn't physically happen to me, so I'll get over it. You'll always feel that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all for it. Like, bro, it's your body, your choice. So if you want to have her, we have her. I'm a man. I'm taking care of my responsibility. Like, somebody took care of me. My daddy didn't just walk away from my mama. They may not have worked out together, but they raised us together as both of our parents. Like, if it was something and I needed a mom and dad there, mom and dad was there.
Really?
Or mom was there, dad was on the phone. Dad was there, mom was on the phone.
That shows unity, though.
Yeah, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It shows it. And not only unity, it shows that they still loved each other enough to do it for the kids, bro. Because it's some parents who didn't love each other. They just had you.
Facts. And it shows.
It do.
It shows.
It do. Like, if your mom and daddy can't sit in the same room together, I ain't even gonna say that. If your mom and dad can sit in the same room together, they never argue. They don't show, and they're not together. Let's put it like that. They never argue. They never show affection. They didn't like each other when they had you. But if you got parents who went through some shit like my parents, to the point where it was like, my dad was like, I'm not going around her. My mom was like, he not coming over here. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, they came back together, but they always made sure they handled business. The kids are the business.
Yeah.
And they always made sure they took care of their business when it came to us. So even if they didn't care for each other, I would, some shit like, I would say like some award ceremonies growing up. Mama's up here. You look around the crowd. Most people, you know, all their families sitting together. My daddy over there in the corner. Like, okay, but at least they both here.
Exactly.
We kind of taking pictures. She'll take his pictures. He'll take the pictures of her and us. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, it's just that support. Like, you gotta understand.
That is love, man.
People, yeah, because they loved each other at one point.
Yeah.
But they realized, and my mom and dad both told me this, they realized it was not, love is not gonna make it work.
Facts.
Love, you can't nobody live off love. Love can't even live off love. And it's fucking love, bro. Like, love is something that, it's chemistry. It's that mutual connection that you have.
Love is not unconditional.
But it's not.
We have to really understand that. Yeah. You know, people can say that I love you. In my opinion, me saying I love you is, that's a big thing. You get what I'm saying? But even that does not mean that I'm going to just put up with anything that you're going to do. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Because
me loving you adjusts the threshold. But at the same time, there is a threshold until you break that, and it's like, okay, cool. Even though I did love you, and I still will have love for you, right? We cannot be on that same type of level anymore.
Cannot.
You know what I'm saying?
Cannot. We have to love each other from where we at right here. Babe.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
We can't be Bonnie and Clyde no more. Like,
no.
You know what I'm saying? You stay over there, I stay over here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to love you when I'm around you, but when I'm not with you, like, man, fuck that bitch. Get around her. I love you so much. I love her. Like, that's my favorite cousin. Y'all know y'all do it, bro. Like, you have to watch out for fake love, though.
Facts.
Because love, when it comes to real love never dies.
Okay. Yeah.
You can't kill love, bro. Yeah. So if somebody says that, oh, I don't love you anymore, you never loved me. You never loved me. You loved the thought of me. You loved what I did for you. You loved one aspect of me, a couple of aspects of me. And when I changed one of those things about, now you say you don't love me anymore, you start acting different. You never fucking loved me.
That's facts.
Because if you love me, you love the way I snore. You love the way I chew.
That's facts.
You love the way I walk. You love the fact that I leave the toilet seat up. You love, you don't love it. It's like love-hate, but like you love the little things about it. Like, because
it's affectionate.
Exactly. There you go. That's the word. That's the word. The thesaurus. It's the thesaurus right here. I couldn't get it out. He had me though. But
I'm fucking right too much.
Yes, sir. That's the love though. That's the love though. That we have to get that back out here, bro.
Yeah.
We have to get that back into the air, into the world, because they're using love for the wrong things. They're using the word love on the wrong things, bro. Like,
facts.
All love does matter. Whatever anybody wants to do with their life, you do it. But you cannot attach what you believe to everybody else. It does not work
Facts.
like that.
Facts. I like that. Yeah.
Because, like, I'm a parent, and I have nothing against, you know, the community. But if my daughter came home to me at like 8, 12 years old and was like, Dad, I'm a boy. No, the fuck you're not. You can be a boy when you're 18 and you get out of my house. You can be whatever kind of boy. You could be Cleo from Set It Off. I wouldn't give a fuck.
Okay.
I'm still love you. But as long as you live here, you're going to be the little girl who's fucking umbilical cord that I cut. You're going to be the little girl whose shitty pamper I changed her whole life. Like, you're going to be that little girl. Like, I'm so sorry. It's not that I don't support it, but I feel like it's something that people are like attaching to everybody. Like, they're trying to make everybody accept it. And that's like saying, making all white people love black people, when there are some of them who can't fucking stand us. Don't speak, don't look, don't touch them. They will literally get out of your path so that you can't come near them. But then still having them come and say equality. They don't say equality. Equality for their people.
Yeah, exactly.
But nobody's bashing them for being like, nah, I don't really care for black people. I don't care for other races other than my own races. I'm all about supporting your own kind. So I agree with that statement, because we could be watching fucking golf. I'm rooting for everybody black. Figure skating, I'm rooting for everybody black. Spelling bee, everybody black. It's not that I don't want y'all to win, but I would like to see my people win for once. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Do you think that comes from, and there's a lot of topics.
It was. I'm sorry, I rambled a little bit.
You ain't gotta, nah, you good. Do you think that rooting for your people is intrinsic?
I would say yeah, because even when I would watch like X Factor, American Idol, American Next Top Model, like shit like that growing up, I would just be rooting for the black people. Like, I would like to see representation of people that look like me. People that, shit, I feel like I could relate to them just because they look like me. You know what I'm saying?
The question that I'm going to ask, right, is, do you think that a race has to be oppressed in order for them to have the quote-unquote right to only root for the race? Because the controversy from what you said, right, would be, well, if you're a black man and regardless of whatever you're seeing, you're rooting for the black person, what would be wrong or intrinsically racist with a white person only rooting and openly supporting only white people?
I don't think it's racist at all. I think people get support and self-love confused with racism, bro, because racism is literally being biased towards your own race. If I root for everybody black, it does not mean that I'm not saying the other person out there wasn't, that little white boy fast as fuck.
Okay.
But I don't know now, I want my black boy to be faster than him. Like, that's just all I'm saying. Like, I'm not taking away no credit from them at all. Because, like, you can support your people, bro. That's what you're supposed to do, because if you don't support your people, nobody's going to support your people.
It's facts.
There's going to be no support out there for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. Like, it just, I don't think it's racist. Like, I feel like me saying I'm rooting for everybody black is not racist, because you can I can wear it on a t-shirt. Yeah. And nobody can say anything. So I feel like if they put I'm rooting for everybody white on the t-shirt, do what you do. Root for them.
It's facts.
I'm rooting for a couple of them too.
There's just that stigma, There's that stigma with white people rooting for only white people. And I see the logic that you're having. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, like, shout out to Black Wall Street back in the day. We had Black Wall Street.
We did.
And it was black businesses, black people supporting, uplifting black businesses until it all got burned to the fucking ground.
It did.
You get what I'm saying? And I think now there isn't that much support of black businesses from black people.
It's not. It's not. Because people looking for a discount from black businesses. You got to pay me the same way you going to pay anybody else to do the same job, bro. Facts. And it gets to the point where they don't even trust their own kind of people to do their own thing. I had a vision once, bro. Okay. And I would just, like, when I was going through my little time, I would write down different scenarios of, okay, I might do this, I might do that. I got to find that notebook, BTW. But one of the visions was, I want to create an all-black community where we have our little shopping center, nothing but black workers, neighborhood, nothing but black people, sport, like our sports league, nothing but little black kids, you know what I'm saying? But it would not be right, because I can't say I want them to include me in their shit and I don't include them in mine.
Facts, exactly.
But it's a great vision to have, but you already know the saying, black people can't have shit. Like, by the time that shit get up and running, half the community done backed out. So now, me being the black realtor business owner, I own my own, I'm owning my own retail what the is the word? Realtor company. There we go. Yeah. And like, now I got to come up with either I'm going to pay the government for y'all backing out on me, or I got to find somebody to fill in your spot. Who's willing to fill in those spots in those nice suburban houses? Am I going to say no to their money? Hell no. Money green.
Money is green.
That's the only thing I ain't racist towards. Exactly. You gonna call me racist? I ain't racist to nothing green.
Exactly. Man. I don't think you're racist, personally.
Okay. But somebody might. But I just say, like, you gotta understand, they're trying to undermine and backdoor each other to get discounts and connect. So I got a t-shirt plug, bro. Like, no, you have a friend who owns a t-shirt business, and you got such and such shirts from him. If you need custom shirts, or the Little League team needs jerseys, you don't have a t-shirt plug. You have a friend who has a t-shirt business. Support him the same way you would send them to the same t-shirt business that everybody goes to and pays $4 more than this man who's doing it out his house. So what if he's doing it out his house? He got all the equipment he need in there. And he charging you a little bit less than that, or he might be charging you more. Why is he charging you more? Because he's trying to get to a storefront. You're not understanding his full vision. You think, oh no, he's too high. Yeah. And then you go, and you tell him no, now he done picked up on orders, and you try to come back and get him again after you done price check with the other people,
nigga.
and realize they $100 more.
Yeah.
Ain't no more room for you at him.
Exactly.
You get mad with him because he gonna squeeze your 45 shirt order into his fucking week-long pack of orders.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We get mad over the wrong shit with people. Like, no, support me from the ground up. When I'm serving shit, y'all support the weed, man. When he's serving you out the back door, you support his ass.
True.
You support him like hell. And when he come up and he the top dog in the community, yeah, that nigga been my plug since blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
All that shit. Like, I got a homeboy, he's a barber. Bro went to barber school. He went to A&T as well. But before that, our senior year of high school, he was like, bro, I want to start cutting hair. Cool. Cut my shit in my mama's bathroom, bro.
Yeah.
Was not like, I ain't saying.
We gotta support
that's
dreams,
what I'm saying,
black
bro.
dreams,
and
bro.
now, bro, he's one of the top fucking barbers in Greensboro. Bro didn't have to go back to school. Bro's in Columbia right now.
Yes, sir.
Like, bro, leave the country almost every 3 months, bro. Shout out to my boy, bro. Cuts by Kamari. Is it Cuts by Kamari? Y'all know who I'm talking about if y'all see it.
Okay.
But, like, bro, really came up on some shit, bro. Like, and now, like, it's hard for me to get a cut.
Yeah.
And I used to feel some type of way, like, damn, bro, I used to cut my hair in my mom's bathroom, bro.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, but that's not who he is as a barber anymore.
It's facts.
This man a whole nother barber now. He's still Kamari, don't get me wrong, but he's a whole nother barber now on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
And if your money ain't matching with these people who willing to pay $150 for a slot, because he puts it on his Instagram story, y'all boys be paying $150, $100 to skip the line, to take somebody's spot, somebody called out, canceled.
That's
y'all
different.
Be fighting to get in the door.
That's different.
That's not the same man that cut my hair in my mama's bathroom.
That's
you know what
facts.
I'm saying, bro?
That's
and
facts.
if I went to him approaching him like he was the same barber,
That's almost disrespectful.
it's very disrespectful, and I would expect him to cut my hair like the dude in the fucking bathroom instead of the dude in the shop.
Yeah.
And when he get his own shop, boy, I'm gonna book in there though, cause I need a good barber. See how my carpet looking right now, but
I'm gonna have to swing by Greensboro, man.
bro,
I've been planning to go down there anyways.
Bro is a fucking top-notch barber, bro. Like, he has a client in California, flies him out to cut his hair. He spends the weekend in California, comes back, bro. Like, type shit like that. Like, when you build those connections, and to just like he was the guy who cut my hair in the bathroom, to some of those guys, he was the dude cutting hair in the dorm for $5. We all need a cut to go to the club. Like, he was coming up. Like, he's always had a business mindset. But you got to tap into what you know really is for you. He seen school was not for him. Bro wanted to be an engineer. Turns out the whole time he's a fucking architect. Tap in.
But see, the thing is, though, right? Something that's beautiful about that message that you just spoke about. The fact that that's the nigga. I'm going to say this right now. Anybody who has a problem with me saying nigga, because there was a comment about that. There's a couple comments about that. One, I'm sorry, I am an African American. I have the word. I will say the word. If it does offend you, I do apologize. I really do.
We own the word.
I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah, so that is just my preference as a black man in America, because I have been, or we have been in previous years, oppressed with that word. That is something that I will use in my vocabulary. Now, I'm not saying this in any derogatory term or anything like that. It does not mean that I'm ignorant. It does not mean that I'm a child or anything along those lines. But that's just something that's in my vocabulary.
Exactly.
As a friendly term,
You
really.
have to understand the context of how the word is coming out.
It's facts.
Because
It's facts.
it could be this nigga. And that's a whole nother thing from this nigga.
Yeah, literally.
That's two different, you know what I'm saying? Two different niggas. Like, you gotta know the tone.
Two different niggas. For so.
You gotta know the tone of what you're saying and how you're saying it, bro. Has anybody ever called you a nigga? Like, you know, the racist way?
No.
I've never. I don't think I would be seeing the light of day right now. I'd probably be in jail.
I probably wouldn't either.
I'ma snap.
To be real with you. I would too.
I'ma
I'm not
snap.
gonna lie to you. I
Oh,
would
you
too.
want to see what?
Oh, I feel the rain. But it's bright out. See, I hate it here. Because it's bright out, but I feel a sprinkle.
Yeah. I'm looking for the rain cloud.
I'm literally looking. That's crazy. The smog is hot in here, apparently. So back onto what our topic was. What's beautiful about the story that you said about that man, right? It's the fact that was the dude that was there helping everybody in the cut. You feel me? Cutting everybody's shit, and like you said, having a business mindset from a early point. And That's a nigga that keeps on doing the same shit. Keep on working. Keep on getting better. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And while some people might have been like, yo, like, you know, that's really just the dorm dude that cut hair type shit. He got a plan. Mm-hmm. You feel me? And the one thing, the driver behind a plan, besides motivation, is consistency. Mm-hmm. Once you can get motivation and consistency, you're going to get where the fuck you need to get to.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And so, like, we have to really start uplifting. And I'm just going to say black people because I am black and I want to see the community thrive. But in general, everybody, we need to start uplifting people who have a plan, who have a vision. Because if you just give them some type of support, the fact that he was even able to go and have like clients from the dudes in the dorm, from you cutting, be like, yo, you can cut my hair in my mama's bathroom, bro. You know how much love that is?
It is, though.
That dudes really don't get?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's so support. Like, regardless whether y'all are paying him or not, or whether it's $10 or $5 or $20, that's fucking support that he's getting, that is uplifting him, that's boosting him to the point where now he's able to charge $150 to skip the fucking line.
Just skip the goddamn line.
You get what I'm saying?
That's a booth in the club. They ain't even a booth in the club these days. Booth $1,000 now.
Are you? Oof. See, I don't go to the club, so I don't know.
I just be watching their stories, bro.
Oh
like,
my
it
God.
just went down. You know, why we paying $1,000 for a booth when I could just, in my day, I'm just gonna walk in there and sit down. Like,
bruh, you spending a band in the club, bro? You just have no, in my opinion, you have no life. You got nothing else to spend a band on but for a booth in the club.
Spending the band on the wrong thing.
Bruh, like that's what I'm saying. You ain't got no business. Yeah. You ain't got nothing to invest in.
I mean, even at the end of the day, people still have something to invest in. They have children, and they will still drop a band on the shit in the club. Like, take that same band, even if you got 7 kids, put that shit in a trust for all 7 of them. Never touch that $1,000 on your deathbed. Tell them the money's in the ride. So your power of attorney steps in and is like, I'll finish this statement. Y'all are millionaires, by the way, because somebody invested in you. Such odd amount of years ago, bro, and they never touched the money, and they never told you about the money.
You know how lovely that would be.
Meet my daughter in a couple of years, bro. I
love it.
In some generations, not generations, because then I'll be dead. But meet her, you know what I'm saying, like 20 years from now.
Yeah.
She's gonna be like, well, shit, I don't know where my parents got this money from. Like, they just told me when I graduated they had some money for me, and I was expecting a graduation gift like everybody else, you know, car or something like that. They gave me a bank account with millions of dollars in it.
See, but that's the bruh.
Like, I've seen people get jobs because their parents knew the owner of the company. Bro came in, he had dropped out of school. I have an associate. I applied for the same position that they gave to this man because he walked across his father's last name. Because he came in there and said, I'm such and such a son. He told me to come see you. Yes, we were expecting you. Let me show you what we're gonna have you doing. Whew. Not no interview.
Nice.
Not no application. Just let me show you what we're gonna have you doing. All because of the work that your daddy done put in with us. The investments he made with our company to get you to get here.
And see, the thing is though, some people could be upset about that. But at the same time,
I was pissed.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
I was pissed. I don't want to get the job.
But see, the thing is though, when you look at the bigger picture, right? One, yes, it does put you at a disadvantage, for sure. But at the same time, it opens your eyes to the power that you have for your children, for your lineage. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly, bro. I do, bro.
Because it's like, yo, like, this person's dad went in and put in so much fucking legwork that his son just needs a job because he needs a job out of some odd reason, whatever. And he got a safety net.
Exactly.
That quick. There's not going to be a point where you were talking about earlier where you were like, yo, like, I'm losing my job, you know, I'm kicked out of my apartment, etc., etc. You know what I'm saying? Like, there wouldn't be that point for them because it's like there's already something in place.
Already. And he was like, his brother got a job the same way at another company on the other side of town because his dad helped that man too.
See? Networking, bro.
It fucking matters, dog.
It does. People got to start understanding, like, you know, millionaires, successful people, because I don't want to just say millionaires for successful people. I don't want to put them in that category. But successful people, they always state, yo, like, networking is key. And it's almost like it gets monotonous, right, to some people, where it's like, okay, cool, I get it, network, blase, blase. Every person that you meet is going somewhere. Whether they go down or up, they're going somewhere.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? And so every contact that you find, every person that influences you or that you influence, bruh, like, that's a person that could help you or your children or your grandchildren later in the fucking future. You know how many people that are going to just be spread out over the world? And the fact that you still have that contact and you had a great conversation with them, or you had some type of like meaningful impact with them to where they value y'all's relationship enough to help somebody that is related to you.
And people will say that that's hard to do, but I'm gonna break it down. People from small towns have trouble networking. Let me tell you how you've been networking your whole life.
Let's talk about it.
You are such and such's grandson. Because you are such and such's grandson, you know when you go to this side of town, this person is watching you. When you go to the other side, 4 more people over there watching you. You get a little older, you need a job. I needed a job. I'll go ahead and throw me in there. I needed a job. My first job was at Food Line. Shout out to Food Line. It's a good job, bro. It's a really good job for high schoolers.
Okay.
I'm like, Grandma, I need a job. She said, call Jamaica up there at Food Line. I said, call who? Call Jamaica up there at Food Line. I said, Grandma, how you know that lady? She's like, just call and tell her you my grandson. Called. Come in for an interview. So as I was just saying, I want my children to be able to walk across my last name. Like, I literally walked into like my first job, and I just had that realization sitting here with you because I was plugged in. Somebody had already networked enough. I don't know if my grandma knew her from when she was smaller, or she just shopped at the store a lot and got to know her. But she knew her enough to the point where I was secured off having an interview just by saying, hey, I'm such and such's grandson.
See?
Boom. Plugged in there.
See?
Y'all, and a lot of us are doing that now. Like, a lot of people in small communities are getting jobs, are getting scholarships, are getting housing, getting support, you know what I'm saying, financial services and stuff, all because of who knows who you're connected to.
Facts.
And they tell you to go talk to them, tell them you're my child.
Yep.
Ma, how you know her? That's your cousin. Don't even never be your cousin. They ain't no kin to your mama. Her and your mama just grew up together.
Said ain't no kin to your mama.
No kin to your mama. But your mama got you in there, dog. Just tell her you my child.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that another revelation. Come on, God. That's just the thing that when we going through life and you meet a lot of obstacles and you're like, well, God, how am I going to face these obstacles? How am I going to make it through? Tell those obstacles you are God's child. The same man who can move mountains. Same man that takes something small, makes it great, brings it back to being small again, makes it even bigger than it was when it was great at a smallest level. Faith the size of a mustard seed, bro. Tell them you are God's child. The Bible literally says, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. So if I'm one of them, if I'm a child of God, I'm entitled to everything that comes with his kingdom. This earth is not his kingdom, you know what I'm saying? Because he says in the Bible that heaven is his kingdom, and he will open the windows of heaven and pour out blessings unto you. So if you're doing what you're supposed to do in the domain of where we are, this is just a vehicle, okay? This is just skin, and when we're asleep, it's a shell, bro. Your spirit takes off, and it does what it needs to do. But if you have that, your spirit is working on the right level of what you're trying to do, whatever you're aligned with, whatever you believe, bro. If you do it at the right way and look at everything that you say, everything that you do, and tell it, I'm God's child, you will never be defeated. You will never be defeated. You will never feel down. Now, when I feel stressful, like my daughter's birthday is coming up, her birthday's party Saturday. This has been the most stressful week in my life. And every thought that I think about, like, okay, we need to get this, we need to get that, we need to get this, we need to get that. And it's all in my ear saying, be stressed. You don't have any money, be depressed. Be broken on the inside. Say that you're broke out loud so that you really become broken. And I just keep looking at it and saying no. And then, like, now I'm sitting here, you know, having this interview with you, and I see that my no is literally me telling those negative things in my life, I'm God's child. You can't touch me.
Exactly.
You can't rock with me, bro.
Exactly.
Because if I speak brokenness and lack and all of that insecurity, if I speak that over myself, I become that. And I know that from experience, because when I used to walk around saying I'm depressed, I was depressed.
Exactly.
And when somebody asks me, why are you depressed? I don't know. And they're going to look at you and say, well, you're not depressed because you don't know why you're depressed. There's some people out here who really are depressed and they don't know why they're depressed. You know what I'm saying? But my thing to you is look within yourself, bro, and tell that depression, I am God's child. That's my biggest gem that I can give you. Any obstacle you face, tell it you are God's child. You got family members who are fucking with you and you feel like they don't like you. Look at them, tell them you are God's child. If you got a girlfriend, boyfriend, and it ain't working out, look at them, tell them I'm God's child. If they don't look at you, respond back and say, no, I'm God's child, you need to leave them alone. That person is not for you. That person is not for you. They're there for the wrong reason, bro. They're just there for a season.
There for a season.
There for a season. Some people are just there for a season. They hate being hot in the fucking summertime, so they go somewhere where the air conditioning is. Hate being cold in the wintertime, so they find a bed to crawl up in. Like, it's just... That's just some people. That's just some people, bro. Like, for real. Like, we all know people like that. Like, man, he don't love that girl, bro. He's just over there waiting on her to get whatever it is she gonna get. Or she don't love him. She just over there getting as much as she can. But what I will say...
That's scary.
It is. It's very scary. But women milk it harder than men, though. Because a woman will stay with a man and never be happy, marry his ass, have kids by him, never be happy at all till the day he die. But that's just it, bro. That's the biggest gem I'll give you, bro. Like, in everything, bro. I'm God's child. There's nothing I can't do.
And see, being with, and I'm gonna pivot to the other one. Being with somebody, milking that. I hate the most that I just did. But but being with somebody and milking it, right? It's like, yo, like, how can you be with somebody and not fully love them, not fully want to be with them, not fully be happy, but really only seeing them for what they can offer you? Now, I do understand that in relationships are kind of based on what can you give me, right? And it doesn't have to be monetary things, but it can be, you know, like emotional things, etc., etc. You're giving me emotional support. You're a rock. All these different things, right? But when you're purely only there and consciously only there, I think that's the biggest thing, because our relationships are based off of unconscious observations, right? But if you are there consciously for something, then that's the problem. You get what I'm saying?
That's a big problem.
Because it's like, yo, like, I know that I'm going in here with a plan, with a what's the word? I had it but then lost it. But anyways, with a purpose, a motive. Okay. I like a motive better. So I'm there in here with this relationship, with this person, man or woman, with a motive. And whenever you are there for a motive, that means that it's rooted in malice. You get what I'm saying? I can't fuck with that. And it's hard to really trust people sometimes when it comes to that, which is something that I personally have to deal with, because it's like, I'm always thinking, do you have a motive?
What are you really trying to get from me?
What are you trying to get from me? Exactly. Because some people can say, and a lot of people tell me this, and I don't say this to brag, but I just say this to say this, because this is just my life. And a lot of people are like, yo, you are so pleasant. You know, yo, you're nice to talk around, etc., right? And I'm like, okay, cool, that's whatever. But then I get the random, and I only say this is like, because this is my life, so I'm sorry. But like the random older women, for example, whenever I started working at this job that I work here, my first 4 months, I was sexually harassed more times than I've ever been in my fucking life.
Just for being nice?
Yes.
Like being rude,
older women, like older women would go and give me blatantly sexual looks. Like, I'm serious, right? There are a couple instances where women would reach across the counter and touch my biceps, touch my chest. And I say this not to brag. I say this not to do anything, because this is not something that I'm proud of. It's not something that I take like pride in. You get what I'm saying? But that was just my life. And it's just like, it's weird.
Yeah. Men can be objectified. That's crazy.
Men can be objectified. For sure, bruh. And we have to like think about that a little bit, when it's like the problems of men sometimes is overlooked. for example, in the headlines, there's been a whole bunch of teachers nowadays that's been getting caught sleeping with 14-year-old kids, 15-year-old kids, 16-year-old kids, 12-year-old kids, having kids by the kids.
What the fuck do you see in a child?
Exactly. What do you see in a child? But there is no repercussions for it. There's this one woman who had a kid with I think 15-year-old. She did not go to prison. She was allowed to still have the baby. There's nothing going on. There's no repercussions.
No further investigation.
No further investigation.
She's still teaching?
I don't think
it
so.
It probably is like the only thing that they did do is probably take her teaching license. But I mean, she still has her bachelor's degree to fall back on.
She's still walking around free.
Yeah, that's not cool, because if somebody touches if I had a son, somebody touched him inappropriately, made him feel uncomfortable, male or female, we're gonna handle it to the T, like to the point where, you know what I'm saying, it can't be handled no more. If I got to go over, I don't care how many heads I have to go over in order to get something done about it. Something needs to be done about it. But like, as far, I need to start doing background checks on these teachers or something, bro. Like, that's not okay. Like, it's giving homeschool vibes. Like, why am I sending my child to school and the teacher is looking at them like that? Like, you here to teach. You honestly shouldn't like or be able to stand any of these children.
Exactly.
And, like, my girlfriend's a teacher, and I tell her all the time, look, if they get on your nerves, look around the room and see your dollar signs, because
see your dollar signs.
Your paycheck sitting right there in the room with you. Like, that's the only thing that would ever make me want to be a teacher, would make me like being a teacher, is looking at them kids and be like, hey, little bling, hey, little cha-ching.
That's hilarious,
bean,
bro.
Hey,
damn.
piggy bank, hey, penny, hey, nickel, dime. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of that shit. Like, no, I'm not. Because teachers put up with too much.
They do.
One.
They do.
And then kids themselves are already being objectified to too much. There's too much shit in the media. There's too much shit going on. Like, bro, we watch cartoons, and literally, we was watching cartoons. There were no commercials for us to go and venture off into other shit. Like, no, I'm sitting right here for these 5 minutes. I'm gonna run, get something to drink, snack, come back. By the time I come back, I got like 2 commercials left. SpongeBob coming right back home. Danny Phantom coming right back home. American Dragon Jake Long coming back home.
Sure.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's all coming right back. Like, but now they got all this other shit out there. Like, they're promoting, I don't know, like a lot of shit. And I know I watch it. I know I watch it, like the reality TV and stuff. I watch it for my own amusement. Is it something that I would let my child watch? Hell no. No, she's not about to watch Baddies West with me. I'm watching Baddies West for the baddies. I'm not watching it for the plot. There is no plot. Like, there is no storyline.
Stupid.
They're gonna be the same ratchet hoes they was at the end of the season that they was at the beginning, bro. Like, nobody's gonna better themselves. But it's just shit like that, bro. Like I said when we first started, bro, the media is just taking the image of women in society and turning it every which way, bro. Like, it should not, no woman should be noticed because of her breast or because of her butt, bro. Like, that is not a reason to notice a woman, like, at all. Like, I noticed my girlfriend because of who she was, because of what I saw in her when I met her for the first time when I was like 12 years old. And like, I was willing to work on me in order to get to where it was that she would want to be with me. But you know what I'm saying? I didn't notice, like, we 12, bro. Like,
facts.
I'm not looking up here and right. Well, some teenage boys are, but I was a church boy, so I wasn't really looking at that. She had a beautiful face. She had a beautiful smile.
Face and a smile.
Come on.
I ain't gonna cat with you, bro.
You give me that?
Yeah.
We
have a conversation.
Have a couple babies. You look good, Mama.
Yeah. Mama is crazy.
Mama. That's my baby. That's mom right there. She does it all. I call her mom because she reminds me of my mom. Like, not in a bad way or nothing, but like, just like typical mom stuff. She comes home, she yells. She yells while talking. You can't tell her she's not yelling, but she's yelling. Like,
that's hilarious.
Shit like that. But I find all of that cute. All of that amazes me. I love all of that. Like, how are you such a strong woman, this strong of a woman at 23 years old? How do you, what built you up to get there? Tell me another story from your childhood. I don't care if it's the same story you told me a million times over. I'm going to see it from a different point of view, and I'm going to understand why you are the way that you are. Ladies, get you somebody who's gonna listen to you. Get you somebody who's gonna care about you. Get you somebody who's gonna get up in the middle of the night if you feeling bad Get you a person who don't get mad at you.
Yes.
You cannot, men, we cannot literally be mad at your woman. That's for her to do. She get mad at you. You don't really be mad at her, bro. Take that shit, brush it off. Drive around the corner.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with you on that. I don't know if I agree on that.
You be getting mad for real, bro?
Yes, I be getting mad.
I mean, sometimes I used to.
Come
but
on
not
now.
as much as anymore. Now,
I don't get mad as much.
Now I laugh.
Okay.
That's my go-to because when I'm mad, I'm mad. Huh?
That might be toxic.
Me laughing?
Yes.
No.
I've heard that.
I just would laugh it off. Like, it's not like a ha.
Yeah.
It's more of a like, okay, whatever you're talking about, bro. Like, I'm just going to laugh it off, walk the other way.
Okay.
It has to be something that really pushes my buttons to piss me off.
Yeah, that's how I am.
And I worked on that for a long time because I had a terrible temper. Like, I used to get mad, blow up, punch walls, throw shit. Like, yell, scream, we cursing, yelling matches, shit like that. Get out. No, you get out. I'm not going nowhere. Okay, well, I'm staying here if you staying here, like type shit. Like, that's not fun. That's draining.
It's very draining.
Very draining. And then you have mad sex with a person and you instill that mad spiritual consciousness into them. And now you wondering why the next 2-3 months she's just mad as fuck with you for no reason. Because you fucked her while you were mad.
Yeah.
Why would you pour that into her?
I mean, sex is a transmitting of energies, bro.
Very.
You know, we gotta be conscious of that shit.
You have to.
Which is why, like, me personally, I don't have sex if I'm upset. At all. I know some people like that whole, like, passionate make-up sex. No, I don't do that at all. Just
sit down and talk.
Yeah, we'll sit down and talk. Let's talk. You feel me? Because we're gonna calm our emotions and we're gonna have talk this whole thing out, smooth this thing over. Because I'm not gonna fuck you while I'm wrinkled. You get what I'm saying? You feel me?
Right here, bro. We gonna have to do this again. We gonna need a part 2 or some shit. I'm not trying to have you make like a 2-hour video, but like this is some good shit. All of it through here, bro. Like for real.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Man.
By the way, do you need to go?
Yeah, I do have to go get the baby.
All right, for sure.
If y'all looking for me, you know what I'm saying, follow your boy on Instagram at _Carolina Kezo.
There we go.
I'm not telling y'all my real name. Don't look me up on Facebook. That's for my old people friends.
Chat.
I don't have no Twitter. TikTok is the devil.
TikTok is the devil.
I don't have no Snapchat, but yeah, you can get me on Instagram at _Carolina Kezo. I would call myself an up-and-coming artist. I'm in the works, you know what I'm saying? Like I was telling y'all, God is working on me. Merc has seen some of the work. He's heard some of it. We not gonna edit it out. But we gonna he definitely, like, you know what I'm saying, we gonna collab. Like this is bro, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like I'm calling like, no, this is my homeboy, like this is bro, like this is a brother, like this is what brotherhood feels like, bro. For 2 black men to be able to sit down, have a conversation, and it be some real shit.
Exactly.
He give me some gems, I give him some gems. We both give gems to each other.
Yeah.
And we got something that we can move forward on, bro, like for real. So y'all like, subscribe, all that good shit. Like this man right here is going places.
Hey man, I fucking appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, man. So yeah, thank y'all for watching, man.